Oh, something's grabbed us. Hooked up. Oh yeah. It's feeling a little bit like a granddaddy. Oh, look at that, Stephen. Yeah, I'm just actually using the Cavella. Welcome to Reel Kiwi fishing. This week Stevo and I up in the far north. What we've done a little bit of a trip along the coast, 11 nautical miles, and we're just sitting out off Henderson's at a spot we like to fish for a bit of reef fish, like targeting the granddaddy harp hookers, the blue cod, get the odd snapper here, which can be a nuisance, and we've even picked up a nice actual pup hooker. So hopefully get into a few reefies today, that's the plan. Stevo's got our first one, a trevally, which isn't too bad. So there you go, yeah, we're just hoping we're not going to get into the snapper too much today. Just targeting a few different species, so I hope you guys enjoy. I'm hooked up to my first fish. It's feeling rather snapperish, which is a bit of a bummer if it is. We're really trying hard to get onto some of these reef fish. Sometimes you got to move around a bit on this little reef. You just never know. Could be a blue cod or a snapper. Just a little snapper. Hooked up again. It's feeling a little bit like a granddaddy. Not much fight in it. Just like pulling up a little bit of a sack of potatoes. But I think it's our target species. We want to get a few granddaddies. There you go, just a little fella. That's what we're after. A few of those. But hopefully a lot bigger. But it's good to know that they're there. So we'll get them back in the water and hope for something a bit bigger. Stevo's hooked up. Hoping for something a little bit different than a snapper. Oh yeah, it's Mr. Bluey. Hee hee. It's one of the species we love catching here. It's the blue cod. Get them a lot bigger than that too here. Yeah, awesome. It's starting to look good. Stevo's hooked up again. Hoping for another blue cod. Oh yeah, it's Big Daddy. Big Daddy in the house. Oh, look at that, Stephen. Yee-hoo. That is one big cod, Stephen.
The cod father.
There you go. That's what we're after. That's basically a South Island cod. They would take one on. It's a nice. Oh, something's grabbed us. Just had the slow jig down. It's bouncing around on the side in the rod holder there, and it's hooked up to something. It's the cool thing about fishing these reefs in the deep. You never know what you're going to pull up. It's always hard to tell what you've actually got on the line. You think snapper, then it's a blue cod, then granddaddy. Just hoping we've seen a few barracuda around, so hopefully it's not one of those. Just running the little cavella. Oh, it's a snapper, decent snapper. At least it's not a small one. Oh, there you go. How's that? I'm actually got one of the new Savage slow jigs there. Pink one. I do like pink. And he's come along and taken it. So yeah, I just had that sitting in the rod holder. But yeah, I'm just actually using the Cavella. It's the little 5N. Running it on my TC slow jig rod. It's got the acid rat guide configuration. It's a real nice combo. Haven't really put it to the test, but I'll drop it down again, put it in the rod holder. Might catch another fish. They would have just been bouncing up and down right near the bottom. It's been getting a few taps, hits. Something's grabbed the little Savage slow jig. A lot smaller. So hopefully it's not a little snapper. Hopefully it's maybe a blue cod even. Who knows? Oh, yeah, boy. There you go. Another cod. There's a few blue cod sitting here on this reef. Sometimes when you get that big one like Stevo got, he's normally the king of the castle, and you got to move off to find some big ones again. But we've picked up a couple now, so that's what we're after. A few more of those, be good. Once again, just he's in the rod holder, bouncing in, be just bouncing off the bottom. We'll get him out of his misery. Put him in the bin. So yeah, he'll just be bouncing on the bottom, up and down. I basically hit the bottom, just a couple of winds, so it's just off the bottom, so it doesn't get snagged. Drop him again, see if we can pick up another fish. How's this, guys, for a little piece of New Zealand paradise? Little sandbar in the harbour. Nice water. It's like we're actually in the islands. Well, we had to give up on the old reef fish. Won't name anybody, but someone got sick a little bit. So we've come up into the harbour and Stevo's hooked up. Gonna try and just finish up on a couple of snaps. Stevo's just got a little fella there. So yeah, what we're hoping is coming on to dark, we might pick up a few snaps. Stevo's hooked up again.
It's not a stingray.
It's been catching a couple of stingies. Might be a better snapper this one. If we're lucky, Stevo.
Yeah.
Actually quite like fishing up here in the harbour. Even though we had to come in, it's quite enjoyable.
Not bad.
Especially when the fish turn up. Been fishing in the harbour for a while and we haven't found the fish. We've been trying a few spots. This is an old spot that we fished one time a few years ago when we couldn't find any fish. Moved a little bit further up in the harbour and they were in here. So that might be the case again. Got a little tap. Stevo's got his snapper come in. It's not a bad fish. Yep, hooked up. Stevo's got his coming on board. It's a nice fish. There you go. Makes it worthwhile when we got to leave a spot that we're catching some nice blueies on, but we'll come into another spot and we'll get some nice snappers. Some nice fish for the bin. Another little snap.
Starting to happen, Jace.
Yep. There you go. Another little snappy. Actually got quite a bit of current running. Reminds me of the Kaipara. Got a heap of weight on. It's horrible to fish like that. Got a big sort of, maybe a 3 ounce 2 and a 1. But it's pretty strong current. Might just keep this fella. He's probably about 30, 36, 35, 36. Might not be here for much longer. Try and get back before dark. With a few fish in the bin. Be good. There's a lot of fish here, but a lot of little stuff. We're hoping that some bigger fellas will turn up. Ooh, yeah, there's a lot of little stuff. It's like we're in the nursery. Just using a bit of squid. Stays on a bit better than the old pulley. One bite and she's gone. They're pretty much biting as soon as it hits the bottom. Actually took one of my sinkers off, the heavier sinker, getting away with it. Got the burley pumping. Stevo's hooked up again. We were thinking of shifting. It's taken us this long to find them, so it's pretty hard to leave, even though there's a lot of little stuff. Getting that odd one or two better fish in between. I think Stevo might have something foul hooked. Not too sure, might even be a big trevally. Get some big trevallies in the up here in the harbour. Big kahawai. What you got, Stevo?
Okay.
Looks kahawai, trevally-ish. The net. Nice big trevally.
Rip. Drop the spread just as the net.
Nice harbour trev. Well, pretty much going to call it a day. Sun's going down. It's been a pretty cool day. Managed to get out into the reef, got a few reefies, and now we're finishing off on the snaps. So yeah, it didn't do too badly. Got a nice little mixed bin there. Got some blue cods, snapper, a couple of trevs in there, and a granddaddy. So yeah, turned out to be not too bad. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it like we have. Until next time, tight lines. Thanks for watching another great day out fishing with Reel Kiwi Fishing. And you can also find more of my movies on my YouTube channel, Reel Kiwi Fishing.